Hi, I'm William Spaniel. Let's learn some game theory. Today we're going to look at a pricing game that The Price is Right just added for their 39th season. Of course, YouTube pirates have already added a clip of the game even though it just came out today, so it might be best if you clicked on the annotation on your screen and watched it now. Otherwise, you're stuck with me explaining it. To generalize the game, the contestant is given 4 levels and 7 products. She must arrange them in a manner such that the price of the product on level 4 is greater than the sum of the prices on level 3, and the sum of the prices on level 3 is greater than the sum of the prices on level 2, and the sum of the prices on level 2 is greater than the price on level 1. So just to make sure that's clear, that means this price right here must be greater than this price plus this price, which must be greater than this price plus this price, which must be greater than this price. It's pretty straightforward. Once you've seen it once, I think you should have a very good idea on how the game is played. Alright, let's test you. Here are the prices of the products that appeared on the show today. Keep in mind that when you're playing this game in real life, you don't actually get to see what the prices of each product are. You only get to know that the product is a can of corn or cat food or whatever. Now try to put together a winning combination. Pause the video and work it out on paper if you have to. Ready? Your first inclination might be to put the most expensive product on top and the cheapest product on the bottom. In the game played on the show today, these were the cat food and the can of corn that I was talking about earlier, which were obviously the extremes. It was clear that the contestant realized that these products were the extremes right away, and consequently placed them in their respective levels. That's level 4 and level 1. Putting the most expensive product on top was a good idea. But putting the cheapest product on the bottom is a very, very bad idea. Personally, I can't blame her for doing it. This was my first inclination as well, and I actually get paid to study these kinds of things, so I should know better. Though in my defense, I figured out this was a bad decision after a few seconds, and I would have had time if I were actually playing to make that adjustment and fix my actual game plan once I was there making these decisions. Anyway, ignoring that, let's look at why this is a bad idea. Consider this. We could put the $2.98 ground cinnamon and $3.49 frozen pizza on top of the $1.49 at level 2, and this would make level 2 greater than level 1, and we'd win $1,000 as a result. But we could also rearrange things like this, and still win $1,000. The only difference is that by moving the $1.49 corn to the second level, we've made it easier to make level 3 more expensive than level 2. We could go one step further, in fact, and put the $3.49 pizza on the bottom, and we're still in great shape because $1.49 plus $2.98 is actually going to be more than $3.49. So we're still good with just level 1 and level 2, and now it's going to be easier to make level 3 more expensive than level 2. Except for the fact that, once we finish off this chart with the $5.49 and $5.99 we had remaining, we can't actually make level 4 more expensive than level 3. So this one's not going to work, and we're back to the drawing board. Perhaps a better way of tackling the problem is by asking ourselves, what is the most we can make level 3 without having it be greater than level 4? And with a little bit of finagling, we can arrive at $3.49 and $1.49, which total to $6.98. We can then repeat this logic and ask ourselves what is the most we can put on level 2 without making level 2 greater than $6.98. And the answer to that is $2.98 plus $3.49, or $6.47. The $5.99 then nicely slides in there, and we've won the game. Congratulations! If I were Drew Carey, I would now be giving you $100,000. But sadly, I'm not. Now, once I gave you the solution concept and all the prices, this was a pretty easy process. I could give you 6 new prices, and you'd be able to fit everything together pretty easily, I suspect. But if I hid all of those prices, well, now it's going to be extremely difficult. And keep in mind there's only one way of arranging these things in a winning way. Consequently, I'm going to predict that virtually no one will ever win this game. Then again, since getting all the way to level 4 is worth $100,000, I'm guessing that's exactly what the producers are hoping for. Finally, a piece of advice. If you were ever to go on the show and get picked for this game, well, if it were me, I would intentionally set up the board so I would be guaranteed to win $10,000 and stop there, or at least I'd consider it. You see, every time you go up a level, you can choose to stop before the prices are revealed on that next level. In other words, you automatically reach $1,000 just for playing the game. However, you can risk that amount and try to advance to the next level and win $5,000. And this is really easy to do. For example, this arrangement will clearly be good for $5,000, even though the price of each item remains obscured. There's just no way a can of corn is going to be more expensive than cleaner and cat food. Likewise, it's still pretty easy to get up to $10,000. This is one of the many viable options, and I think you would agree that this is a clear winner as well, at least to get to $10,000, not $100,000, of course. It's just that adding the extra level, the fourth level, it just makes the game so much more exponentially impossible to win that it's just not worth it. So what's my recommendation? Set yourself up to win $10,000. It should be easy. Don't risk that amount by trying to get to $100,000 like the poor contestant did today. Just be risk averse and go home happy.